welcome
Yes.
back again.
Yay,
How are
yay.
you
Good to be
again?
back. Yes. Oh,
You
it's good.
guys, as you are jumping on in, hashtag live, if you're watching this live, and hashtag Cecilia to celebrate Cecilia. And some of you guys are watching live right now. Let's make sure you smash that heart button so that the rest of the group knows that this is going on. If you've ever wondered if there was a fear in you, it's like, hey, I don't know if I can charge high ticket. We're gonna answer that.
Yep.
I don't know if I can even have an offer that is high ticket because I don't know if I'm there to fulfill it all the way. Or, if my Facebook group is small, can I still do this? So today, I'm reintroducing Cecilia. This is our second time talking, right? Or is it
Yes.
third?
Third, I think.
Third.
Yes. It's
Okay,
our third.
third time. And
Okay, I brightened up a little bit. I don't know what I did, but I'm brighter.
move the camera.
Yes.
So, and we are having this interview be super interactive. So if you have a question that says, "Hey, how much does Cecilia charge? What service did she do?" Go ahead and drop those comments below. We're gonna answer your questions during this hangout period with me and Cecilia. Last time, I remember you were celebrating and you had a bottle of wine, and that was really funny.
Yes.
All right, so let's dive on into it. Cecilia, how did you stumble upon this crazy world of Facebook groups, and what were you doing beforehand? I know you had a YouTube channel that you were working on for several years, and what was your stream of getting leads and converting leads before you entered Ignite, and then also what caused you to feel like, hey, Facebook groups might be the way to go?
So prior to coming into the world of Ignite, I did have a Facebook group. I was hosting a summit and I interviewed you as part of my summit. And I was so impressed by what you were telling me about your background with software and everything. I was like, I've got to find out more about this girl called Kim Possible. Dang, what is going on? So I had I don't even think I had 100 people in my group at that time. And after talking with you, finding out more of what you did, not just on the software piece, but with the Ignite program, I was really intrigued because it was kind of like a feast or famine, kind of thing where every month I was hustling, trying to get more people. Like, where are they going to come from? I'm running Facebook ads. I was selling a $397 program. How many of those do I need to sell in a month to pay my bills? So it was always the hustle, the grind. And then once I came into Ignite, my concierge, Michael, helped me map out a program to take my 7-day, $397 program to a 6-month, $5,400 program where I am serving people at a higher level, giving them more of what they need to be successful. And I'm the one-stop shop for all things Facebook ads. So everything started with me teaching people how to use Facebook ads. My summit was how to stay current and relevant on social media. So people like you and a lot of great other heavy hitters came on board for me for that summit. And then after the summit, it was like, okay, what can I do to capitalize on the momentum that I built, but also to use my skill set in my program to the best of my ability without always being in hustle mode. So my first month of working with you was in, July? Yeah, July. Within 2 weeks, I made my first sale for my high ticket offer. At that time, my offer was only $3,000. So I've actually boosted it up by almost, 200%, 1,000%, I don't know, whatever it is, since starting, because again, as I've grown and learned from you in Ignite, I've been able to add more tools to my program to make it more of the one-stop shop. So learning, growing, always being in getting training, learning new skills for myself. As I learn new stuff, I share with my team, which makes me more valuable to them. And of course, it makes my training more valuable as well.
That is awesome, man, Cecilia. You're so eloquent. You can just talk and then just there's no pauses. There's no pregnant period pauses or something like that. You're just bam. Oh man, you guys. So Cecilia said several things. She said that You know, there are a lot of people who go online, and she found me because she interviewed me in a summit, who go in the online space and they're like, okay, what do I do? I'll just charge a low amount and, you know, work my way up. And maybe I'll do a summit, maybe I'll do a webinar. And so Cecilia created a summit. But then there wasn't this like consistent engine that she could tap into. It wasn't as if she was going to do summits every single you know, month for a year of her life. So she already had a Facebook group, but she saw that, hey, you know, let me give this a try. And when she went in, we restructured her offer of this low ticket into something that is high ticket, 3K. That is manageable for her to deliver. And then since then, she wants to be the one-stop shop for Facebook groups. So she actually went and recruited other guest coaches to come and help her coach as well, so that you don't have to do all the coaching, Cecilia, in terms of delivery, right? So I want to ask you this question. A lot of people would definitely hesitate to change their $300-ish offer into $3,000. What was it about the way that we helped you restructure your program that made it feel like, okay, I can do this? Because a lot of people would actually say, no, I'm not comfortable. That's too much money, you know, coming from that to that.
Well, it actually started with my $397 clients, because Facebook ads are so nuancy. There's so many layers to Facebook ads, right? There's retargeting, there's creating lookalike audiences, there's going back to find people who opted in but didn't take the next step, like purchase or whatever. And then there's just a lot that goes into it. So in my 7-day program, I was like feeding people through a fire hose, and they were okay with that, but they were coming back and asking me for more support and more training, and they were paying for it, and they were okay with that. But I wasn't okay with it, because I felt like one of those people that, you know, we all know those gurus we see online, they give you like this much to get started, but then they're like, oh, you want some more? That'll be another X $1,000 or whatever. So even though they never complained and they never, you know, said, oh, well, you should have told me that, or they never said anything bad about me, but I was already in a place to where I felt like I wasn't serving people at the highest level possible. So in talking with Michael and your crew and getting a better understanding of how can I take this 7 days and stretch it out, not just for the purpose of stretching it out, but to create that transformational experience, right? Being able to truly get someone from point A to point B, to where not only can they learn how to do Facebook ads, but if they're like an affiliate or network marketer, then they can teach their team how to use Facebook ads to duplicate their success. So after many conversations of back and forth, well, I won't say many, it was probably about 3. We settled in on a 6-month program and a price of $3,000. And then that was in June. And then July, we added more components to the program. So when you add more stuff, you become more valuable. And then in August, we added more to the program. So as we kept evolving with the program to where, no, we're not just teaching you Facebook ads. Now we're teaching you how to identify your target market. Now we're teaching you how to reverse engineer Facebook to find your target audience. Now we're teaching you how to create a message that converts, like how to use words that create that emotional impact. So once we started building on top of that, we went from a $3,000 program in July to now we have a $5,400 program in November that is the whole one-stop everything. And then it doesn't stop. You know, one of the things that I say is I can only guarantee you traffic. Like my ads have a return on investment of at least 40% or better. So that means that out of every 100 people that see your ad, 40 of them are going to come into your world, right? But what do you do after they get there? So then we added another component to where it's all about the nurture and the email sequence and the messaging with chatbots. So you continue to nurture those people that have come into your world so they don't just fall off into a black hole. So that is the biggest thing that has helped me as part of being at Ignite is how to take my little bitty 7-day program and expand it to 6 months and then put more stuff in the mix to make it very comprehensive.
Yeah, and you followed the problem solution framework, which is after you create the solution to that first problem, there are more problems that gets created. And it seems like it is like as if you will never run out of solutions for them, because once they solve that next thing, you can always help them solve the very next step along their journey. So if someone is afraid of, oh, I don't know if I can even do this because I don't know what I'm going to give them at a level, then, you have all these options galore, because once you help someone, they're going to have higher level problems that you can solve. So that's really important. Cecilia, hey guys, I see 12 of you guys watching live right now. Make sure you say hi, like Stan did. Yay, Stan!
Hi, Stan.
Kind of Ignite. What? Hi, like Stan did. Yay, Stan! Cecilia. So you guys, I want to ask you, not you guys, Cecilia.
Yes.
What have you witnessed in terms of, sometimes people are like, oh, there's such an up and downness to this, this online world that, like I got this recently, which is Kim, you know how it is. It's November. Less people are buying, that's why it's a down month for me. And in our world, even if it's Thanksgiving, even if it's going to be Christmas, people are investing in themselves all the time. I don't know. What have you witnessed in this Facebook group world? What have you seen? And the reason why I asked this question is if you are consistently launching and you're adding on to your monthly reoccurring income and the pay in fulls, do you feel like it's gonna be, oh man, this is gonna be a drop period now? I'm just gonna, I have to cut back on all these things now, or do you like what's your experience like, Cecilia? This is a curveball kind of question.
No, you're fine. So since I'm in my first cycle, the one thing I can say about Facebook ads is that, hi Jill, the one thing I can say about Facebook ads is that people are always out there looking, right? And the whole purpose of Facebook ads is to find the people that are already looking for you. I think Mark Zuckerberg says something like, the beauty of Facebook ads is that it allows you to tap into the people who are already looking for you, or something like that. So people are always looking. It doesn't matter if it's the holidays. I know we're coming into that season and people are like, oh, it slows down. But if people are looking for solutions, their problem doesn't go away just because it's the holidays, right? So if you have that mindset, and it's all about mindset when you put out into the universe, if you have that mindset, then you probably will see some lack in these next couple of months or whatever. Whereas if you have the mindset, again, of being a problem solver, the problem is still there. Like my problem is I help people learn how to effectively use Facebook ads. If you want to grow your business, then you got to get it out there. I have nothing against organic marketing. I use organic marketing myself, but my Facebook ads outperform organic marketing by like 4 to 1, right? So of course I'm going to tap into Facebook ads. So again, this is my first cycle using this program, but I can tell you I launched a Facebook ad last November, December. And it was for, it was for weight loss, 20 fruits and vegetables that can heal your body. And that Same ad. And, and I started with 2019 or 2020, I guess. 2020 was the worst for my weight. Between eating out, ordering in, blah, blah, blah. I've gained more weight than I ever have before. That ad has been running all year long, and it's consistently bringing in $19 over and over and over again. I haven't changed anything, right? So in answer to your question, do you see a slowdown? If you are truly solving a problem, then no, you're not going to need a slowdown because the problem isn't going away. And there's tons and millions of people out there who need the solution you have to offer.
Oh, this is a great question. Cecilia, thank you for answering that. Oh, before I move on to the next question. So Cecilia said that, hey, you become a solution. You become a problem solver for your people. And just because it's a holiday doesn't mean it goes away, especially if, for example, if you're coming to me and you're like, hey, Kim, I haven't really tapped into Facebook groups, or my Facebook group, I try to monetize it and I just haven't been able to be consistent. Then we have a solution for you. And that applies, I think, especially when you feel like it's the holidays and things are slowing down, because in the Facebook group world that we witness, people are still buying solutions. They're especially buying solutions because next holiday, they don't want to feel this way. They don't want to feel like they got to downsize and, save up and not invest in themselves to buy presents and to be able to have the money for other things. So what I want to, Stan has a good question. And guys, please ask questions because I want to make sure this interview is super interactive. I love how Cecilia is amazing at seeding her problems and solutions. Cecilia, the first interviews that I did with you, you were just like, I think, high off of the results. You're just like, yes. And then I'm beginning to, I see that change in you where you're like seeding a bunch of stuff, and I'm just like, go Cecilia. Like she, you know how to see things, it's like really good. And anyways, just hollering at you for that. Stan has a question. How much time per week do you give training during your 6-month program? Like 3 weekly live trainings for 1 hour each or something similar? Stan is asking this question because Stan just enrolled into Ignite. Stan, you still, I think you did your onboarding call already, but it's also a big fear people have, like, how often do I have to show up every single week? Am I burning myself out? I think that's really what it comes down to, that type of question. So Cecilia, when you pitched your 3K program, how often were you showing up per week? And then also tell me, when you got more help, more coaches in, how many times per week are you coaching now? And I'm saying this without knowing the answer. So.
Okay, that's okay. So actually, I am still vetting, because one of the things that I've learned from you is when you bring people into your world, into your circle, they have to be congruent with your vision, your mission, your values. So I'm still vetting people to bring into my world. But to answer Stan's question, I want to put it into perspective. I only work 1 week out of the month. And that 1 week is the week that I do my challenge. So outside of my challenge week, I am training my tribe, my team, my clients that have already come on board. And then I'm nurturing the people who were in the challenge who did not sign up. So that in itself, just kind of to put things in perspective. So I really only work 1 full week out of the month when I do my challenges. So in terms of the support, so I provide 3 days of support to my team, Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. And the Sunday is to accommodate my Australian clients because they are actually a day ahead of us. So anywho, 3 days a week, I'm there to support my clients. I block off 2 hours. So that's 6 hours a week that I commit to training and nurturing my current clients to get them to where their ads are successful. Now, do we always go the 2 hours every time? No, we don't. There's been calls that go 45 minutes. There's been some that go over the 2 hours. But at the same time, I just block out that 6 hour a week window in my schedule to support my clients. So in terms of bringing on help, So there's a process to finding the right people to align yourself with. So one person who I am in line with, his name is Tommy Durrell. He is the mindset man, right? He is all about getting your mind right, making sure that you understand what it takes to survive as an entrepreneur. Because there's some days where it gets really rough. Like last month, November, I did my challenge from the 15th through the 19th. And the first day of my challenge was the day that I had to let go of my dog. So I was like really emotional. I wasn't really feeling it or whatever. I was super sad because we had been together 14 years. But I had a team of people that were able to help me get through that week, right? Because I don't do it all alone. So there's Tommy. And then I have my other accountability partner, Sean. And he's my accountability partner. He's the one we meet every Sunday to kind of map out what's our game plans for the week. And we don't just give each other like the rah-rah stuff. We talk about that. We have the hard conversations like, well, you said you were going to do this. Like, what happened? And we don't give each other room to make excuses or whatever. So those are one, mindset coach, two, my accountability partner. So in terms of vetting people to come into my world to help me coach, again, it has to be someone who is in alignment with, and then speaking of the coach that I'm looking for is someone who understands my process. So like you, Kim, I buy other people's training. I want to see what other people in my space are doing. So I pay to join other Facebook ad coaches training programs to see, one, what they're doing, and two, how they compare to mine. So I need someone who understands my training style, my methodology for doing Facebook ads, and then there's congruency in terms of the overall goal, which is making sure that my clients reach a place of success with their Facebook ads, because Facebook ads, again, are just the first piece of bringing somebody into your world. The next piece is then how do you get them, once they're in your bubble, how do you get them to take the next steps, which of course is to purchase whatever it is you have to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cecilia, so Stan's question was, hey, how many times per week do you train? 3 times a week is Cecilia's, training period. And when you put that into perspective, it is building something that's your own that eventually you can scale out, and it's definitely not 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Building someone else's dream. And while, I think this entrepreneurship life is not for everyone. It just isn't. There are people that would never want to go live ever, or just have their own offer, period. And it's totally fine. Just like not everyone is destined to be, a doctor or a nurse. They have to have or an astronaut, So, part of this is if there is a calling in you and it's dying to come out, and the golden handcuffs of your amazing job is still at the end of the day making you feel like you're trapped, or making you feel like you have a bigger calling, a bigger life than the one that you're living, where you're actually helping a lot of people transform their lives, then this is a vehicle, a method to answer that calling. And in a way where the time commitment spent is leveraged. It is for the amount for the week that you are working pretty hard. I'm not going to say this is easy. You're working pretty hard. That you're able to have people say yes to themselves, to their life, by coming into your program and enrolling with you, and that becomes this compounding effect, because as you're enrolling clients and clients get results, those clients refer you other clients, and you're also enrolling new clients that have never heard of you before in that container. So it's very much, it's definitely not for 4 weeks a month, hardcore working, and then not feeling like you're fulfilling, what you're put on earth to do. So, yep. I want to ask you, next question I want to ask you, Cecilia. Guys, 12 of you guys are watching from across the groups that we are going live in. Smash that heart button and let me know what is your Facebook group, because I want this to be interactive. Like, who do you serve in your Facebook group, and how many people are in your Facebook group right now? The next question I want to ask Cecilia is, Cecilia, do you feel like now that you know what you know, before, did you feel like there was a shift in how you were thinking about Facebook groups in terms of, people are like, Kim, do I have to go live every single week? Do I have to, like, I know that I have to put all this content into there before I can even say anything. Knowing what you know now, what have you seen in terms of people in Ignite and also yourself? Is it possible to not go live every single week and then do all these things and have to grow your group to thousands of people before you can ask for them to enroll with you? So what have you seen?
So when I did my very first challenge in July, like I said, I only had 90 something people in my Facebook group. And I did it inside of the Facebook group, right? And I made my first sale that very first week. At the end of the week, when I made my offer, I made my very first sale into my program. And since then, I've been doing my challenges in my pop-up group. And then I filter everybody from my pop-up group over to my main group. And what I found from the main group, by filtering the people over, that I'm still able to nurture them, to give them tools, tips, tactics, whatever, but I don't go live every day. And I don't post anything special. Like what you see on my personal page, you'll see on my business page, and you'll see in my groups, because I don't have the time to think about, I got to post this for this group and that for this group or whatever. No, I schedule my post on Sunday for the week, and everybody gets the same message. Now, of course, in my group, I want a little more interaction. So I may post some thought-provoking posts. I think I did one today, what's your entrepreneurial age? Like, how old are you as an entrepreneur? So I'm getting feedback on that. I've got a virtual dinner party coming up on Thursday, which I'm excited about. So I posted about that. And I tell people, comment VDP if you want in on the virtual dinner party. So you do have to do a little bit more nurturing in your group, but it's not anything excessive to where I don't go live every day. I don't go live every day on my own page. So I'm not going to do it in my group. But I do want to make sure that they know that I am there as the authority and the leader of the group. So I try to post something, if not every day, then every other day. But you want to make sure you keep your group active and relevant. And with every group, I'm assuming, because I only have the one, you've got your chatty Cathys, you got your lazy Larrys, and you've got the people who are going to just give you the rah, 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 regardless of what you say. Cheerleaders, thank you. Yep. So that's what you get in every single group. But the important thing is just to be present and don't show up once a week and, then don't show up again until next week. You got to be present. You got to be consistent. And it's not always about providing value. I mean, when I posted about losing pepper, the love poured in from everywhere. I think I got more posts about losing pepper than I did for my birthday.
Oh, no.
I know, right? But it was the love that mattered, because that was a hard one. But yeah, so anywho, I say all that to say, as far as groups go, you got to be present in the group. You got to provide value, but it's not a thing to where it becomes so overwhelming. Don't overthink it. Just put something out there. If you read an article and you got something good out of it, give 3 tips to do whatever. If you watched a video and you got some good stuff out of it, give them the tips from the video. Don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah, I love, Cecilia, your approach on not overcomplicating things, because I feel like that caused you to move pretty fast. One of the questions I do get is, hey, how many hours will this take? How long will it take me? And you move pretty quickly. So can you share how soon did you get results? Just to, I know you said it once, but it was super fast. So I kind of want to slow it down. And then what were the things that you did in order to get those results within the program? How did we help you get those results, not in years or waiting a whole year? Because the program is a year-long program. So a lot of people are like, what? It's a whole year? It's going to take me a whole year? So tell me your experience and what did you do, and how did we help you?
So you have got an encyclopedia of information out there, right? Like you've been doing this for over a year, 2 years maybe. So you got tons of videos, tons of information. And the good thing is you provide concierge. And the concierge give you a blueprint and tell you where to get started. So your program is not all about absorbing all of this information before you take action. Your program is like, okay, these are the things you need to soak in now so we can get you into action mode immediately. And then the rest you just learn along the way. There's that saying that says jump and build the plane on the way down. And that's kind of how you and your team teach. Let's just jump into the challenge. I had my first challenge within like 2 weeks. I got my first sale at the end of that first challenge, and ever since then it's been rinse and repeat. I do one every 4 weeks, and we just finished my 5th challenge in November, and I've already got December locked and loaded.
And in terms of now, like after your first challenge, how did it feel to do your second and third? Was it considerably easier for you? Was it the same amount of work that you have to put in? One of the things that I do get asked is this a repeatable system? Can I take what I learn and do it in a way that, because when it comes down to it, a lot of the people approaching us are agency people, or a lot of people doing one-on-one, and their projects end and their clients, contract ends, and then they have to go and hunt for another client. And it's always throwing something against the wall, or DMing people cold, or running ads, but their ads don't convert. So can you talk a little bit about how you're like, this is my 5th one? It to you, some people would freak out. They're like, what? 5 challenges already? How is it so effortless for you, Cecilia?
Well, anything is hardest the first time you do it, right? So the first time it was a lot, putting the slides together, making sure everything flowed correctly. The tech piece, I was on with Robin yesterday, and she was like 13 minutes in, and I was trying to text her. I was like, we can't hear you, can't hear you. I'm messaging her. I'm typing on her live that we can't hear you. Finally, I just was like, let me just call her through Facebook to let her know that we can't hear her. So she was like 13 minutes in. So there's all kinds of things that can go wrong. But if you got a buddy with you, that's number one. If somebody can be there with you on that first run, then that helps out a lot to help you find, the holes in the bucket, as I say. And also, if you can, once you get through the first one, then especially after you go live, then the next one is super, super easy, because you don't have to do the slides all over again. You might have to tweak a little bit here and there, but you're not starting over from scratch. And the same message that you delivered I delivered the same message on month 1 that I delivered on month 5. The only thing that's changed is my offer, because now it's become more comprehensive and I have more stuff. But the actual message and the presentation is pretty much the same thing that I started with in July.
Yeah, and I love that. Oh, Robin is actually here. Hey, Robin.
She's like, it was out of love, girl. I wanted you to know. That's why I was your buddy, Robin. I was there before you went a whole hour and nobody could hear you.
Oh, man. Michael says, yes, many things can go wrong. And even though things can go wrong, like for Adam Gillett, when he went live, it was broken. He had to really record his live and then upload it. He still did 46K in his first launch. So do you feel like you have to have there's this long laundry list of stuff that we tell you to do? What percentage of that list did you complete, and how do you, with getting the results that you got, which is doing 10K in under 20 days, what percentage do you feel like you have to complete out of the list we tell you to get results?
Okay, so first of all, just so Robin doesn't feel bad, I was on Claudia's day 1 too. And Claudia was like 30 something minutes late getting started because she had tech issues. So it happens, right? I don't want Robin to think I'm calling her out, but again, Claudia had a team. They were posted in the group, hey, we're having tech issues. I did Christy. Christy's, she, like, you could see her, but you couldn't hear her. So anyway, in answer to your question though, how much did I have to absorb to be able to go live? Well, I would say, again, when you think of it in the totality of the amount of information that you have out there, I did not absorb, I would say probably less than 20% of everything that you have before I pulled the trigger and was like, let's go, let's do it, because the biggest thing is having the blueprint for coming up with your presentation. And the blueprint makes all the difference. You're not starting over from scratch. You're not creating your own slides or whatever. I mean, you have to tweak what Kim gives us to match your offer. And maybe you have your own branded colors that you want to use. But in terms of like starting from scratch, you're definitely not doing that. So, like I said, I took about 20% of everything you have, and then I rolled with it. And then I just absorbed more stuff as time went on. Like I get on the chatbot calls, I get on the sales calls, So, but being able to go and launch, I mean, I did that within like 2 weeks. So there's no way I could have taken in a whole lot of your stuff in such a short period of time.
Well, there are programs out there that are like, oh, you need to do 3 months worth of work first, and then, you will be ready. You have to pass certain milestones until you're ready. And just want to hear from you that, hey, look, 2 weeks, okay, and 20%. And I feel like, let's go, let's do this, let's launch. So I love that about you, Cecilia. You're so ready, fire, aim kind of person. Like me. So I want to ask you, when one of the questions I get asked when I'm on a call is, hey, would this work for me? Because I have a very specific niche. There's, everyone feel like their own business or their own Facebook group is like very specific. Mm-hmm. So they feel almost like, oh, I don't know if this framework or the model that you teach or what you teach is going to apply to me unless you've already done it for so and so. Like unless you already done for gym owners, unless you already done for photographers, then I feel reassured. But what have you experienced? Do you have to have a specific niche to monetize from your Facebook group? And just let me know your opinion.
So I do feel like you need to know who are you marketing to, right? Because everybody is not your target. Everybody is not your ideal client. Everybody is not your audience. So first of all, who are you presenting your solution to? We talked about problem solution. Who can use your solution is number one. And I don't care if you make a toothbrush. Everybody can't use a toothbrush. So your solution isn't for everybody. And then what's your offer? That's a big part of it too, because you've got to be able to offer something that your audience will find valuable and useful in solving their problem. So if you're out there and you're like, oh, well, this framework won't work for me, then I would say maybe take a step back and look at what is it that you're offering. Like, do you even have something that can be transformational? If you don't have something that people need to take specific steps to do, like for me, there's a structure to doing Facebook ads. There's background techie stuff that you got to have in place to do Facebook ads. So I walk people through the entire process of creating successful Facebook ads. So if you already don't have a framework of something that can be a transformational experience, then this probably won't work for you, because you have to be able to give somebody, 90 days to 6 months to 12 months worth of value that will give them some sort of transformation or solution to their problem at the end of their time with you. So if you don't have anything to offer, then you're right, this won't work. And it doesn't matter whether you're super niche or, you are going to be the next Tony Robbins. I don't know. But if you don't have an offer, then nothing will work for you. Not Kim, not anything. You've got to have an offer.
Well, luckily in Ignite, we do work with you on creating your offer. And I think that's one of the biggest thing that holds a lot of people back. They're like, I don't know what I can provide or what I can teach.
Mhm.
And a lot of times people create an offer just because they think of about some bullet points on a value stack. And they're like, oh, that's what I should do. And it's so different between an offer you make up that you think people want and then an offer that really resonates with them, that is talking to the right type of person that you want inside of your program, so that you can deliver your program surrounded by clients who are grateful and they're there for the right reasons. Michael says, good stuff. Michael is currently in Ignite. Michael, hey, I love how everyone just shows up to the our clients show up to these calls. Michael is about to do his launch. Michael does have, Michael, I'm going to call you out. He is charging a lower ticket. I'm not going to say the exact price, Michael, but he's like, hey, I don't want to charge high ticket yet. So, and Cecilia is like, hey, look, and my offer was around 397, and working with Michael Rosenberg was able to transform it into a 3K offer. And then that enabled Cecilia to get a client within the first 2 weeks working with us. So just poking at you lovingly, Michael, you know.
Well, you know, it's also, and I would tell anybody, because again, and this is what I teach in my training, it's okay to be a copycat. Just copy the right cat. So when I increased the price of my program, I didn't arbitrarily just pull a number out of my butt, right? I actually went to other people's training. Like, okay, this person does ads, and I won't name out the other people that I follow, but I go to their trainings. I've done other 3 days. I've done other 5 days. I paid for some trainings as well, like I said earlier, because I want to see what is the market charging for the services that I offer. I've been in training programs. I did a 1 day, it was an all-day training for like 9 hours. They teach Facebook ads, and their program was $17,500 for 12 months, right? So when I look at their, their process and what they talk about their ads, and I got on the call with them because I want to see what they're doing. So I got on the sales call and I went through all of that and everything. And I was like, geez, $17,500, and you only meet with me like twice a month live, and you're not doing, any real touch bases with me. Everything is through email, and you're having these mastermind sessions, but I'm going to be in there with like 25 other people. So how hard is it going to be to get my specific questions answered? But I say that to say people were paying for it, right? And then I've been in other programs, anywhere from like this one program, it was a year, $750 a month. So what is that? $7,500 plus another 2 months. So that's like $9,000, right? So when I look at the price of my program, I don't look at it in terms of what I think people can afford. I look at it in terms of what is the value that I provide. And one of my clients who's in my program now, I am familiar with the person who she was training with before me. And I know that lady's program is $10,000 because I went through the phone call and everything. And she is like, my program is like 1,000,000 times better. She's like, you should charge more and everything. And it's not to say that maybe one day I'll get there. But again, so many people out there in the marketplace have been burned by high ticket offers that don't deliver crap versus being realistic in pricing yourself. I feel like my price is right in line with the market. I'm not top of the line. I'm not bottom of the line, but I'm comfortable with my price and with what it is that I offer. So if you are out there and you're scared to raise your price, hint, hint, Michael, see what the people in your niche are doing, and then align yourself in terms of pricing and what you provide with what they are doing as well. Because again, the right people will come to you and they will pay your price.
Michael says, I'll be raising my price after this one. Yay! Let's go. And that was great advice Cecilia gave, which is, hey, go out there and do market research.
Yeah.
Go jump on the phone calls with these other people. See what the ceiling is. See what the floor is. Just going and watching one more competitor charge lower than you and go, oh, shoot, I have to charge low too. Or a competitor charge super high and you're like, wait, is mine way too cheap? It's not going to give you a good perspective of the actual value that people perceive their program is at. And then that fact that, and in that market research, you see that people are still buying. People are still buying. And so that gives you reassurance that when I pitch my program, my offer, that there are my people will resonate with me and find me. And in this Facebook group world, when you are afraid that, oh, am I going to make that income that I deserve? Am I going to have that financial abundance I deserve? There are always going to be people who resonate with you, and you will always be able to find your people, especially when they're invited into this such a container that they witness all these things happening, all your value, all of the social proof going on, that it's really hard to not have anyone go, oh, wow, yeah, information is everywhere, but it's implementation that will give me results. So I'm going to invest in myself. And that's why even with small, teeny Facebook groups like Cecilia, when she converted her 3K high ticket client, it wasn't like she grew her group to thousands of people. You can profit big on smaller groups. Robin says, I'm also an igniter. Hello, Robin. Let me shout you out too, Robin. You guys are so funny. Oh my gosh, in the comments here. Okay, cool. Lower than my biggest competitor. Mine kicks ass big time. Great job, Michael. Okay, Cecilia, usually I interview for an hour, so I'm gonna wrap this up with you. I love that you're such an action taker, that you're on your 5th challenge already. Guys, 5th challenge. How many months has it been, Cecilia, since you squeezed 5 in?
5. As soon as I got started, I did my first challenge, and I've been doing them every month like clockwork ever since.
Does it give you reassurance that as long as you continue doing it? And one of the things that you mentioned was that it's the same presentation, just you added more to the offer. And I want to tell you guys who's listening right now, we do the same thing. We have the same presentation for the past almost 2 years. We just tweaked it a little bit, but essentially the framework and everything is pretty much the same. And, we've net well over $1 million, over 1.5 million just from that alone. So to all the people who say you have to constantly create new offers and you have to constantly pitch and change things up and work really, really hard, you're still working hard. But then after the 5th challenge, after the 6th one, you're really just showing up and you're saying the same thing, and people are saying yes to themselves in virtually the same thing. Because the promise, the destination for Cecilia's people is that they'll be able to run profitable Facebook ads. The destination for us is that you'll be able to profit big on small groups. And that destination doesn't change. It's the same destination, so that you can spend more time with your family, so that you can actually have a consistent income coming in, because you know that launch is coming and you're going to show up and you're going to say that thing. You're going to open cart and close cart. And it sounds kind of simple when I put it that way. Cecilia, one of the last questions I want to ask you, and then after that, I want to say, where can people find you? Oh, wait, 2 last questions. So the first last question, is, how did you feel about your future in terms of, online income and everything before you stumbled upon Ignite? And how do you feel after, now that you're in Ignite? So answer that question and then I'll ask the next one.
Before, it was a scary situation. I mean, luckily, and I say luckily, and I use that term loosely, but because I am an independent business owner, I was able to take advantage of the opportunities that our government here in the United States gave us. So I was able to get one of those PPP loans, payroll protection loans, to protect my income. So that was like my buffer, to where I wasn't, like feast or famine in terms of, how are we going to eat over here. Then also, I didn't know what I was going to do once that money ran out, right? So it only lasts for so long when you're paying bills and doing whatever. And I did not know how things were going to change. I knew that the summit gave me a little bitty bump, but your program gave me that shove that I needed to really take things to the next level, right? So prior to Ignite, I was kind of like in that worry, like, oh Lord, what am I going to do when the money runs out? And since Ignite, I feel confident that I have a rinse and repeat system because I'm bringing new people in my world every single month. So, I'm showing new people the possibilities. I'm getting new testimonials from the people who are already in my world. And I know every month I'm going to have a new group of people that raise their hand and chose me, which is also the other thing that I love, because out of everybody out there that's doing Facebook ads, the people that come into my world actually picked me. They picked me out of everybody. I'm like, Sally Fields, they like me. They really like me. And every month, more and more people like me.
I love that. I love that line. Every month, more and more people like me. Oh my gosh, Cecilia, that should be a quote on a t-shirt for you.
Right?
Oh my gosh. So you feel like you have a repeatable system that brings in leads every single month for you. The leads that are already heard about you are getting nurtured with more testimonials from doing a good job serving your clients. And the future, I'm going to say, is pretty bright because organic and paid, both worlds. So I'm really excited for you, Cecilia. June is like, love it, Cecilia. Every month, more people like me. Yes, let's have that be Cecilia's official hashtag from now on. So Cecilia, if someone is on actually, let me ask this question first. Where can people find you? It's very obvious that, if they need help with Facebook ads, they go and they reach out to you. Where can they find you? Well, what handle? What is your Facebook group name? Let us know.
Awesome. So I made sure that my name here is the name where you can find me on Facebook, Cecilia Faye Morris. That is where you can find me. And go ahead and send me a friend request. But you know what? I've also followed Kim Dang there. I'm getting close to 5,000. So if you want to be my friend, you better jump on board before I'm all friend up.
Cecilia. All right, you guys. So Cecilia made sure her name is the same one on her Facebook. Cecilia, every single time I interview you, you're just like evolved. You're like evolving to your final form. You know what I mean? I love it. And if they are on the fence for Ignite, if they feel like, hey, this is a good fit, but I'm still kind of like, not sure about it, what would you tell them if someone's on the fence?
So I'm going to steal your quote, and I would tell them, results don't take time, they take courage. So if you're on the fence, first of all, and I tell these people who come into my world as well, you're here because you're ready for a change. You're here because you want something different, and you're here because you think maybe Kim can be that difference for you. So if you're on the fence, think about why you're here. And then the next thing, think about where you're going to be 90 days, 6 months, a year from now if you don't take the leap of faith. And if you don't see yourself making a difference, if you're going to keep trying to DIY your business together, if you're going to try to YouTube your course into something that people want, well, then you're only going to be putting yourself further and further behind. There's a proverb that says the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is now. So start planting your tree.
Oh, I love it. Cecilia, you're so freaking eloquent. What happened? I can tell you've done 5 launches because the way you talk now is like so like put together with all your words. That's my metric now. Every time I interview a client, I'm like, how many launches have you done? Because you should be smooth now.
Right? It's so easy. And then when you also have to look at it, and this is what I love about Kim and your crew as well, is that, and one of my newest clients even says the same thing. I mean, we all need money to live. Let's keep it real, right? Money pays the bills, money makes the world go round. But when you find somebody that genuinely cares about your success and wants you to succeed, then the money is just part of the process, right? I mean, I had to pay money to become an engineer. I had to learn the skills to be an engineer. So if I want to be badass in this internet space, then I got to pay the cost to be the boss, right? So, but it's more about, am I going to get on board and hitch my wagon to somebody who actually cares, somebody who gives a damn, somebody who wants me to succeed? Or am I just going to be another number in this launch where she's like, oh yeah, I got 35 people signed up this month, but trying to get the personalized help that I need is like trying to pull teeth. Like, so one of the things about this program is that you guys do offer the concierge. You do check in. Even when my doggy died, you guys all gave me virtual love and were like, you felt my pain or whatever. So it's like being part of a little mini family because you do care about people's success. You want us to succeed and you put the necessary tools and resources in place for that to happen.
Oh, I love that, Cecilia. And also, we have a live event coming up, and Cecilia got a ticket. So, GroupConvert Live is coming up. It's our second live, and the first one was amazing. So, we're excited. It's going to be in middle of February, and we're actually doing private invites right now. And then after that, we will be publicly inviting. So, I look forward to that. And thank you, Cecilia, for hopping on today. Every single time I meet up with you, it's just a fun time. The time goes by so quickly. And guys, if you want help with Facebook ads, again, this is also why I feel like there are more customers than can ever exist in this lifetime that you can ever hope to serve. My mind is always in the abundance form. So if you need help from Facebook ads, you know where to reach Cecilia. And I celebrate Cecilia's wins all the time. And I'm sorry that your dog died. And I'm so proud of that transformation I've seen right before my eyes from the very to now. So, all right, Cecilia, I'm gonna put you back into the green room. You can click X, and then I'm just going to remind them one last time that cart is closing. And thank you so much for hanging out with me today. All right, Cecilia. See you next time.
Great.
See you in February.
Yes, I'll be happy to share my success because it wouldn't be possible without you. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, Cecilia. All right, so I put Cecilia back into the green room. She can click the X to escape. You guys, cart is closing today at midnight. So make sure that if you are even slightly on the fence, that you do schedule a strategy call with the team because, and something I want to share with you guys, how, this is possible for you if you want to travel down this road, because right now, as a testament, I'm in Costa Rica. I'm not even in my room. I'm in Costa Rica, and you guys can see the outside backyard. So I am working in the comfort of my room with messy hair. I don't need to be all well done or made. There's some stuff in the background, some of my clothes. And we're helping transform people's lives. And if you do have a calling, if this life is one that you want to live where you can work from anywhere in the world, as long as you have good internet access and a laptop, you can turn your passion into profit with your small Facebook group, with a small group, and you can profit big. And I would love for you to be able to join this journey with me, be part of our Ignite family, and make sure that you do schedule a call because we want to make sure you're a good fit. We want to make sure we're as good for you as you are for us. Again, as Cecilia has mentioned, we're not here to just enroll another person. We want to make sure that you're going to get massive results as you jump on in. Okay. So again, actually, I think I have one more interview later on. Let me just check. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I have one more interview later on. So I'll see you guys back here and with another client. And then that would be it. And we're closing cart. So congratulations, Stans, for joining Ignite. Also, Vincent. We will sell out, so make sure that you at least book a call if you are slightly on the fence to lock in this price, because we are increasing it after cart closes, and to lock in the bonuses. All right. All right, bye. Have a wonderful day. See you guys in the next video.
Oh yeah, if you liked that video, then you will love all the resources that I have over at kimcdang.com. That is KIMCDANG.com. There you will find all my courses, my extensions, all the offers that I have, as well as a lot of free resources if you are just getting started.